And joining me in studio now is Mr. Brian Altounian. He's the CEO of WOWIO Incorporated. Brian, always good to see you.
Thanks, Don. Good to be back.
You're looking real dapper now with the goatee going on.
Yeah, I went with my winter fur. Why not?
Now, I've been really anxious for you to come in and do what you're about to do. You're going to show us something, show our audience something. What do you got there?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. You know, we've been talking about this a little bit, and I actually have in my hand document the issued patent, patent number 7848951, issue date of December 7th.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a big milestone for WOWIO. You know, this is a patent about you know, inserting ads in ebooks, and it's the beginning of the build of our patent portfolio for WOWIO.
Well, as impressive as that is, what that document does not say are some of the giant companies that you beat out.
That's right. Well, there's been a lot of IP filed in this space. You know, there's a lot of interest. You know, we're all hearing about ebooks because the bigger companies that have put out hardware, you know, the Kindle, the Nook, the iPad. That's where all of our attention and focus has been. Now it's obviously filling those devices with content, and how do we subsidize the cost of those of that content? So advertising and how advertising plays into, you know, into subsidizing that content expense. That's now where everybody's focus is. And you know, going back to 2006 when we originally filed this, there's quite a few players in the space who, you know, Amazon and Google who have filed intellectual property applications in this space.
Well, you know, just a few years ago, the concept of ebooks it didn't exist.
Right.
And now you can't turn on a television, go online, or pick up a newspaper and not see somebody advertising some delivery system for ebooks, whether it's Kindle or iPad or such. So I mean, it's really moved into a whole other dimension.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, Google's been talking about it for a long time, and this week, you know, they announced the launch of Google Editions, and Google's been going back and been digitizing public domain books and going all the way back to the 1800s, if you can believe, and digitizing books. But you know, at the end of the day, Google generates the revenue from search and ads, and so by being able to digitize all of this material, you know, they'll know what kind of words you know, they're searching you know, the words, the content of it, and they're going to deliver ads that are going to be contextual to that. But they're still doing it in a browser environment. That's really Google's play. Apple and Amazon have very contained storefronts and delivery devices, as you say. You know, the reality is, Don, I'll tell you, here's a big difference where we are and where all of those other companies are. And for the consumer, you know, I don't want to say we're literature purists, but we really do. I don't want to interfere with the experience for the reader. But you know, when you buy a book from Amazon, you're not really buying a book that you own. You're buying a license, a digital license. And Amazon at any time can yank that book off your Kindle, and they've done it. Same with Apple. You know, if you're reading an app on an iPad, for some reason Apple doesn't like the content or doesn't like the app itself, they yank that app right off the device. Ours is about a file that the reader owns, that they have. It's their file forever. Completely different kind of a system, because we're all about, if the reader wants access to a book, to an ebook, we want to be able to provide that for them. And if there's an ad in there that makes that book free, then they're going to own that free book forever.
And you know, something I've said on the program before that I think is really fascinating with respect to ebooks. I mean, when we were kids, the teachers told us, read a book, it brings the whole thing to life. And in your case, the book really does come to life.
That's definitely the goal. That our new mission is really, how do we evolve the written word? Now, how do we use technology to help bring that written word to life? That's exactly what our mantra is.
And the exciting thing about it, too, is you can have a tablet, and that might hold hundreds of books. And if you go on vacation or going someplace, you can bring literally an entire library with you where, you know, if you jump on an airplane, you can bring maybe 1 or 2 books, and then, you know, TSA is going to want to pat you down.
Right. You know, it's funny, I had a conversation with a man who was telling me he's in New York on the subway. For him, being able to read a book with one hand, you know, and be able to flip the pages by doing this, you can't do that with an actual printed book. So the digital, for him, he's only been reading books, ebooks now for the last couple of years, because it's just easier for him, and no matter where he is, to be able to read on a device he holds in one hand.
Amazing progress. Again, WOWIO Incorporated. Go visit their website at wowio.com. Brian, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Tom.